Hello and welcome back, everyone, to Starcraft 2 on Rocket Rabbit Commentaries as we are continuing through Nova Covert Ops. That's right. And we are also attempting to continue through this mission that I forget the name of because it's been 3 weeks since we were last recording. And we are fighting the Tal'Darim as they are attempting to oust the Defenders of Man from Augustgrad. So, yeah, we've got Nova with her Blastfire Gunblade as she's going around, looting all of the Vespane pallets and doing Army of One against the forces coming in, softening them up for our in-place defenses, as we are building up more battlecruisers in order to take down the forces as they're coming at us. Because, that is what we've decided to do. We're massing battlecruisers.
More Wrathwalkers are moving to intercept our forces.
Assemble all battlecruisers onto one location. We're gonna call this the Zone. Make sure you get in the zone if you're gonna bring this home.
I wouldn't even say that you need to really be in the zone. Just Yamato cannon the big threats like Immortals. Oh, they're vanguards though, because it's the Tal'Darim.
It's a trap.
Oh look, a Void Ray. Yamato cannon it dead. Like so.
Take out the most imposing threat, and then you have an extra second to think about taking out the other ones.
It's a trap.
There's the Colossi. Wrathwalkers.
Oh, good lord. Yeah, they're getting bigger.
Although they are very large, they still can't actually shoot up unless they use their special attack. So,
ensure they fill in the weak points in our defenses.
You should also transfer General Davis to one of the brigs. She must be kept under maximum guard, no matter what happens. Of course.
I'm sure nothing will go wrong with that. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Cloud, that nothing could possibly go wrong with that?
Yeah, especially after we put her in the science facility. We're already supposed to be protecting that.
What is it?
You have one condition that has to be met. Stack it with the other conditions that also follow by the same problem-solving solution.
Confirm that last.
Sorry, I didn't hear you over all this awesome around my ears.
Alright, so we are still attempting to set up the a few SCVs in each of our points specifically to do passive repairs for our battlecruisers. But aside from that, this mission is effectively over. We're just waiting for the rest of the waves to come crashing in.
Nova here.
Indeed. We cannot destroy the fleet until the fleet arrives.
Right.
They're late for the war. We were scheduled for 9:45 this morning.
I'm in deep. Well,
Bad news?
Also, we can build additional missile turrets if we need to, because, we can actually fight...
yes, Commander.
Well, not really fight, but, pepper away at the Wrathwalkers as they come in with missile turrets.
Take out the Void Ray, take out the Void Ray, take out the Void Ray.
Void Ray is down.
Nice.
You have defied High Lord Alarak again. Such stupidity, even for a Terran.
Hey, Janara.
I guess Alarak won't fight his own battles.
We know this about Alarak, Nova. Alarak just likes talking big, but when it comes time to put up or shut up, he shuts up.
That's not entirely fair. I mean, he was actually present and and worthwhile as an ally during one of the early raids on Ire. However, that was the only time when Alarak was useful.
It's a trap.
No, General Akbar.
Ready. Upgrade complete.
Yay! Don't worry, we will get the Yamato Cannon achievement eventually.
I'm just pleased to see we got our priorities straight. Fire the cannons at their cannons, because they are firing their cannons at our cannons.
Yes. This
Whoever-
mission threatens a lot of micro, but to be perfectly honest, as long as you keep your battle cruisers in decent spots, there really isn't much micro to be had here. There's a lot of small skirmishes happening all around the map, but that's really all that's going on.
Yeah. You know, among the I know this is not the first time we've been in a city environment. I'm not really crazy about how these high-rise buildings are causing some blind spots on the screen, because you don't see that in other Starcraft environments. Usually the biggest things that you see are like just a slope upwards, or a single building, or a command center. That's it. Everything's pretty short, and you can get your fucking camera around it so you can see what's happening without the game having to draw and highlight the outlines of the characters so you can see them through the buildings, like the leg on that walker there. Yeah, I see that.
To be perfectly honest, I don't actually have all that big of a problem with the urbanscape for this. There we go. Battlecruiser operational.
Nice.
That is for
Yay.
killing either 10 or 20 units in this mission with the Yamato cannon.
Fuck yeah.
Hey, our Gorgons are available too. So what's new in the world of Cloud as we summon out our Gorgons?
Come to realize that Ernest Hemingway, although how shall I put it, a peerless writer on the American short story scene going from the 20s to the 40s, he had a lot of characters named Nick, I noticed. Because the premise of a short story is that they are independent and not necessarily related to each other, especially if they're by the same author. But when you have a bunch of guys that are all named Nick, I just get a little chuckle every time I read a successive story where one of the characters' name is Nick.
Yeah. It can become a bit confusing when you're actually heavily invested in an artist's work. Like, is it the same Nick? Is it a different Nick? It's almost certainly a different Nick, but you know they have similar quirks.
Jinara is leading the rest of the...
Well, like, I get it. Nick is a common name. You're gonna, you know, as you just like in life, you're gonna meet more than one person named John.
Yes, you will, and it will always be confusing, especially if any of them are John Smiths. Woe unto you if you ever have more than 2 John Smiths in your life.
Until death fleet we part.
We're throwing a nuke at Jinara again. Yay, we successfully nuked Jinara. Run away, Miss Nova!
Protection. There are only 20 units left. They're being rapidly wiped out.
There we go. The second mothership had the rest of their units. Waha.
Nice.
Tal'Darim casualties are high. We've forced them to accept defeat.
By nuking the
But at
mothership.
what cost?
Losses on our side as well. Recall our ships, Horner. We need to get back to Core Hall. One of the ships isn't responding. The Medusa. They had Davis in custody there.
Why did we call them? Well, actually, I know why we called that boat the Medusa, because we use a lot of mythological names for our fleet. You know, Griffin, Gorgon,
We have much to
Viking,
discuss.
Thor.
Wraith. But yay, we specifically got until death we part, which is 300 enemy kills with Gorgons during Dark Skies.
Nice.
Believe it or not, that you pretty much have to use the Gorgons every time that they are up in order to get that one, because the 2-minute cooldown actually hurts them quite a bit when it comes to efficiency. So, yeah. Hey, Rigel.
I do not
Hi,
find
Alarak.
betrayal, Taran. You've made a powerful enemy today.
So have you.
Have I now? Your hubris is quite entertaining.
Shut up, Alarak.
Come back.
I hate him so much, Mr. Cloud.
And so does Nova. That makes Nova a good representative of how the player should feel.
Now it will be even harder to convince the people that aliens are not a threat.
That's why the Defenders of Man attacked the Protoss in the first place. Davis will go to any length to gain public support, no matter how many innocent lives it costs.
Those were my father's tactics. Davis will answer for this Nova. Track her down and bring her in to stand trial for her crime.
We will totally
Bring
do
her
that,
in.
Valerian.
We've tried that. It didn't work. There's only one way to stop her.
No. I have publicly declared that Davis is to stand trial in a court of law. Bring her back alive, Nova.
Then maybe, Valerian,
I
you should send
sense
someone that
a
actually agrees with
conflict.
that position.
Nova, our orders are quite clear.
Yeah? Well, I can't see that well.
Alright, so we are moving into the final mission of Nova Covert Ops. So why are there still two parts left? Well, we go through credits, and I actually played this mission very
It's
very
been
poorly.
hours since we lost contact with the ship that Davis was on. But here's a distress call from the Cerro shipyards. A Dominion vessel is firing on the rest of the fleet.
It's her. Get us there quickly.
Hey, Davis, why did you go to the shipyards and start firing on people? This was a stealth mission, and you fucked it up.
More confusion. I like it.
Welcome to
The
Endgame.
Cerro shipyard is a strategic point for the Dominion.
Endgame?
Gorgon battle
Why am I
cruisers
still
are
playing?
repaired here after taking damage in combat. The shipyard's coordinates are classified, but Davis is aware of them, and the top-ranking defenders still support her.
But what is she planning on doing?
Picking up a boat
It
and
looks like she
leaving.
left her ship to activate the Xanthos. It's an experimental war machine with an array of heavy assault weapons.
She's going to use it to finish off the fleet. Valerian can't hold on to the Dominion without these ships.
Why
How can I
is the
take it
rest
down?
of the fleet here?
The Xanthos features prototype
Well,
armor plating that will repair.
They were in a place, so
But
she
if you
went
target
there.
its weapons
She needed a
individually,
weapon,
bring them
so
offline
she
and
seized
force
it.
her retreat.
But as Annotations
The
Gerda
Xanthos
mentions,
were invulnerable to attack while
then
repairing.
very
Their
specifically,
likely retreat
Valerian
was
needs
secure
military
area
might in order to hold
warfare.
on to hold on to Dominion power. I do believe that this is the case. However, if he
Of course.
specifically needs the
It
Dominion
always
fleet
comes
in order to
back
hold
to
on,
me.
to the turn Dominion, then he's he's pretty much in the same boat that Mengsk was at this point. All right. So we did pick up the ionic force field. I'm not going to use it because stim infusion is just better, in my personal opinion. Nothing else new there, but we do have some new unit technology. Specifically, we have both the advanced cloaking field for the battlecruiser, as well as we have the special ordnance for the Reaper, which we're not going to use because it's okay, but we're not going to use Reapers, so whatever.
Yeah, I thought the idea was we're going to be helping stop the destruction of structures, not destroy structures with the new Reaper ordnance.
The problem, of course, being is that Davis actually controls most of the shipyard now that we have arrived late. So, in the next episode, we will start on Endgame and attempt to deal with Davis and her new toy, the Xanthos, which is honestly an interesting boss, but not really a good one.